Welcome to today's training. This is Wesley Smith with TreeServiceDigital.com, your host, and this is going to be your 2025 digital marketing growth program for tree service companies, arborists, tree care companies in the US, Canada, across the world. Actually, if you get value out of this, you can watch this. We have people commenting all over the world: Australia, Europe, Canada, US. Typically, we serve clients in the US and Canada and North America just based on time zone and currency and things like that, and helping out our clients. But I'm so glad you're with us today. This is our biggest and most comprehensive training that we do of the year. And we normally do it in December. And then we do another one subsequently in January, just to make sure everybody sees the full marketing program picture that you need to be doing to get the most visibility, the most lead flow to really grow your business predictably and consistently, as you move through the year. And so this is a good time to be looking at this and a good time to implement, so that in a few months, once it starts ramping back up after the holidays, after the cold season, you're in a good position. You're in prime position to get everything ramped up. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. And as I share my screen here, if you don't mind, there's a chat box and there's also a question and answer box. If you don't mind just popping in there and letting me know you can see these slides, I'm pretty sure you can. I've just had it before where I'm recording a blank screen behind there. So just if you could let me know in the chat or in the question and answer box really quick, yes, I can see it, or whatever you got to do there, just to make sure I'm not talking to a blank screen. But Zoom has a handy little screen there nowadays where you can actually see what's in the background. So I think everything should be sharing at the moment. Everybody should be able to see everything based on what I'm seeing. So, but yeah, if you do see that question and answer box right there, yes, awesome. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for confirming. Didn't want egg in my face there for 30 minutes talking, and we got the blank screen in the background. So this is going to be your 2025 digital marketing plan. This is for growing tree service companies. Not all tree service companies are going to be a good fit for something like this. It really depends on where you are with your business. But this is a full comprehensive marketing plan, digital marketing, some offline as well, to really grow your tree service business and pull out all stops to get the most attention, the most visibility in your local market, so that you can brand your company, grow your business, and be kind of that best known tree service company in your market. So we'll get started with this. And so we'll plan for the session. Let me go back one slide there. Looks like that one is not the one. There we go. So here's what we're going to do in this session today. We're going to set goals for 2025, right? How many leads do you need to hit your target based on your close rate, kind of like how many appointments you set with the leads you get, things like that. The three fundamentals to marketing success, how to optimize your website for conversion in 2025 and beyond. Things have changed. So you want to make sure you're doing a few things on your website to get the best results. The big picture of all the online marketing channels you should be tapping into to maximize your lead flow online. The latest trends that you need to focus on in 2025. It seems like every year there's something new that you got to make sure you're implementing. If not, you get kind of left behind and kind of scoot behind everybody else. Develop a custom action plan based on where you are right now in your business, what you've done up until this month of this year, and then what you need to do now to get to your destination next year. So if you could, and you want to get the most value out of today's training, you probably just want to pay attention instead of, hopping on social media and things like that, because I promise there's going to be some things in here that maybe you aren't doing or you haven't thought of. They're going to really help your business. So if you're serious about doubling or tripling the sales that you pull from your local market for tree service, the next 45 minutes or so are going to be critical for you. So who am I and why should you listen to me? Maybe this is the first time you're tuning in, haven't seen any YouTube videos, podcast episodes, or any webinars in the past. Well, I'll let you know. So I've been in internet marketing space for over 12 years now, so a lot of experience doing all things digital marketing. I'm the author of the book, How to Win with Internet Marketing for Tree Service Contractors. So if you want a copy of that, just reply back to one of the email invites you got. We'll be happy to put one in the mail for you, like a hard copy, paperback. So you get one in the actual mail, physical mail, snail mail, as they call it today. And we specialize in tree service and arborist digital marketing to get the best results online. We've got an expert web development and digital marketing team that takes care of our clients, treats them like family, and gets the best results. We've worked with over 100 tree service companies across the United States, and we know what works to increase visibility and grow overall business in your local market. And we work with dozens and dozens and dozens of tree service companies, as I mentioned on the previous slide, hundreds. So these are some of our logos of our current clients that are doing very well in their respective markets. And you can see more of these on our website, treeservicedigital.com/testimonials. It'll also be in the menu where you can just select the testimonials tab and go there. And this is what we do. We do this all day, every day. There's nothing else that we do. We do tree service digital marketing here at Tree Service Digital. And we're perhaps the largest tree service internet marketing agency across the country, with over 100 clients. And this is all we do. This is our website. We've got lots of different trainings and case studies of other tree service companies, testimonial videos. So check us out. Just go to the website, treeservicedigital.com, and we'll go ahead and get right into it. Again, guys, if you have any questions or anything that you want to ask along the way, pop it in the question and answer box or the chat box. And as I take periodic water breaks to rehydrate, I'll go ahead and answer some of your questions. So, number one, what we want to do when you set your marketing goal for a year, for an annual budget, you want to set clear goals, right? Like, what is it that you want to accomplish? And so if you have an annual yearly goal of what you want to accomplish revenue-wise, let's say last year you did $1 million in revenue, $2 million in revenue, whatever that was. And this year you want to grow by 50%. So instead of doing $1 million, you want to do 1.5 million. Instead of 2 million, you want to do 3 million this year. You've got to set clear goals for your year. And that's the big picture, right? You want the big picture there. So what are your goals going to be for 2025? If you have any goals, write them down. Write them down right now. What are your revenue goals for this coming January through next December in 2025? I go through this as well with my business, and it's very helpful just to kind of get an idea of like where you're going, right? And a good quote by Brian Tracy is, "Success is goals. All else is just commentary." And it kind of feels like this sometimes in your business. If you don't set goals or you don't have a clear plan of attack of what you want to do in your business next year, the following year, et cetera, it feels like you're just out in the middle of sea with no wind blowing. So the sales aren't working for you. And you're just kind of floating around east, west, north, south. You don't really know where you're going to go or how you're going to get there. You're just not really going anywhere in particular, right? You're just kind of getting blown by the wind. Whereas, when you set clear goals for your business, the wind's kind of at your back. It's in your sails and you're kind of headed forward to where you want to go. You're going towards your target, going towards your destination. So that's what you want to do. You want to have clear goals and clear targets. That's what's going to get you there. So here, what is your current snapshot? So maybe take down this on your notebook, just put down like, what is your average monthly revenue? And this is going to vary a little bit depending on the seasonality of your business. Right now, maybe, November, December, January, for example, December, January, February. If you're in a colder climate, could be a little lower than most other months of the year. Or maybe you got government contracts, municipalities, or commercial projects, and you don't really have a slowdown. Everybody's a little different with their business. But what is your average monthly revenue? Kind of your annual revenue divided by 12, if you will. And typical number of jobs you run per month. You probably have some sort of idea of what that is. Other key metrics, maybe like, what is your average invoice, your average ticket amount, your average conversion in the field. So if you go on 10 appointments, give out 10 estimates, how many of those are you going to get a move forward order, right? To go out and actually do the work. And how many crews do you have? 2, 3, 4, 10 crews? What do you have in your business? So the long-term vision in 2025 is what I was getting at before, is just kind of write down what it is your annual revenue is and what you want it to be for 2025. It's just kind of helpful to kind of see that. And that way, this is the direction that we're headed for the following year. This is what we're, planning on getting to. We're going to do everything we can to get there. And what is your goal for the number of crews next year? Maybe you're looking to add a crew, maybe pick up some more equipment so you can build a crew around the new equipment. And why? Why do you want to do these things? Why do you want to do this? All right, so what is your goal for 2025? You probably already kind of went through a few of those. And how many leads will you need monthly to get there? Let's go through and look at this. So there's a Harvard study back in the 70s, which was at this point now a long time ago, because we're in the 2020s now. But it basically said 84% of Harvard grads in 1979 had no specific goals for what they were going to do after college. 13% of those grads had goals, but they didn't write them down. So they weren't really concrete, something they were thinking about daily. Only 3% had clear written goals and plans to accomplish those goals. So you can see right here, like there's 84% of the graduates had no goals, 13% had goals, but they didn't write them down. So they didn't really remember them probably. And then only 3% had clear written goals and plans to accomplish them. So the results were probably what you would expect, but they are staggering. The 13% of the class who had goals were earning on average twice as much as the 84% who had no goals at all. And even more staggering was the 3% who had clear written goals were earning on average 10 times as much as the other 97% put together because they have goals, they have long-term goals broken down into shorter-term goals, broken down into quarterly goals, broken down into monthly goals, broken down into weekly goals, and then daily. So when you do that, you just are able to accomplish a lot more, a lot faster. So that's pretty good. That's a Harvard study. There's been plenty more similar to that. So let's take a look at your marketing strategy to get to your goals. So this is the accelerated growth model, and I've got a new book coming out called the same, the Accelerated Growth Program Roadmap for Tree Service Companies. And this is everything you need to be doing to get the best results in today's online world. And so, what you want to do is you want to attract customers, right? Attract new customers, attract existing customers, and bring them into your world, bring them into your business, make them call, fill out a form on your website, whatever that is, whatever that looks like. See you on social media. Then your next is you want to convert these people, right? With reviews, social proof, your website, really professional personality on the website, social media, posting a lot, being personal on there, following up with folks consistently. So converting those people that you attract, and then maximize, with automation. So if you're sending text messages and emails to these people, those are automated, text message responses, email responses, things like that, phone calls. And you want to make sure you get people to give you reviews. That's a big, massive opportunity in today's online world. It's just really focusing on getting 5-star Google reviews, Facebook reviews, just building up that proof. It's going to help everything else. And then also tracking your results. So this is the accelerated growth model of everything you need to be doing, bringing them in, converting them, and then maximizing the potential with each one. And so the roadmap kind of goes like this. You're going to have different types of leads coming in, organic from, the Google Maps, the website showing up high on the first search page, paid ads where you're paying per click, paying for calls, those types of things. And then also database. So getting leads from your existing customer base, people you've already been out to their house or their business and given them an estimate or done work for them in the past. That's big, huge, huge opportunities there. And then you want to maximize with your website, your reputation, and your automations. And then optimize the result. Optimize your total spend on marketing. Optimize, for the average cost per lead. So whatever's working the best, maybe optimize for that the most. And then let's look at your ROI, your return on investment from each channel. That's the accelerated growth roadmap, because then you're going to have clear picture of what's working and what's not working. So where do you need to focus the most? We just talked about a few things, and your goals. Where do you need to focus the most? So this is what we always go through is the digital dominance method here at Tree Service Digital. This is kind of our outline of what you need to be doing and everything you need to be doing online to get the best results. So you've probably seen this or a version of this over the years if you have seen some of our stuff. If not, number one is going to be your website, your foundation, on-page optimization, case studies, recent jobs, showing people proof. Number two are your paid ads, Google local service ads, Nextdoor ads, Facebook ads, things like that. Number three, retargeting, all those people that came into your world from number one and number two. Number four, paid online directories. If you want to pull out all stops and do a few additional things, maybe you get into some directories and paid ads on those. Repeat and referral business. So this is building a fence around your current customer base that you're using with Jobber or Arbor Gold or Single Ops, all those contacts in there. Market to them, and you'll get a lot of repeat and referral business. Number six, pay per lead, paying per lead for different channels, different things like that. Social media advertising. So not only can you post and stuff on social media, but you can also run ads there as well. And number eight, referral program. Maybe incentivize your customers to send referrals to friends, family, and neighbors who's going to be good customers, and you'll, give them a little bonus or give them an incentive to do so. And then nine, last but not least, offline is direct mail. You want to send out flyers and postcards to people in your zip codes that you want to target. to get more visibility, more branding. So number one thing, we want to look at your website. Is your website set up to convert visitors to callers? When people come onto your website, do you look like a reputable tree service company that they want to work with? And a lot of this is going to be comprised of like the proof that you're a good company. So one of the things that we've done is we partnered with a really nice review platform, and it has pop-ups on your website of recent reviews that you've received. Boom, when you're scrolling the website, there's a pop-up if somebody just left you a 5-star review. Boom, so-and-so just left you a 5-star review. We've also got a page on here now with testimonials that shows all the reviews. Contact us. There's a trust badge on there. But the website just needs to be personal, right? It's got to have like your brand on it, your trucks, your crews, guys in shirts, things like that. Really, really helps just convert more of those people that find you as opposed to just an old, crusty 10, 15-year-old non-mobile responsive website. A lot of those have been converted, but there's still a lot we see that are basic. And when people land there, they're probably not going to be that impressed. And so you want to stand out, right? If you're in a sea of tree service companies in your local market, you want to stand out with a very professional, high quality website that's going to convert on mobile and on desktop. So your website's the hub, right? So everybody that ends up on your website is coming from all these different places, right? Some of them are coming from organic search. Some people are coming from your Google map listing. Oh, let me click on the website, look at the website. Some of them are coming from Facebook. Some of them are coming from Google Ads, TikTok, Instagram, billboards you may have in your local market, YouTube, email newsletters, or if you're on the radio. So people are coming into your website all over the place. So it's going to be your central hub, your foundation. It needs to be good. It needs to have a lot of minimum things on there. So why is conversion so important? You may ask. Like with all these people coming to my website, what does it matter if my website's good or if it's decent or if it just totally sucks? What does it matter? Well, let's look at it. If you got a website that doesn't convert very well or conversion in your business is not very good, let's say you get 100 leads and your conversion rate is 30%. So you close 3 out of 10. Not terrible, but definitely could be improved. You don't have any follow-up really. You call people once, hang up, that's it. Jobs booked, you book 30 jobs out of 100 leads. And then if you get 100 leads, that's 30 booked jobs, so 30% conversion rate. Your average invoice or average ticket, let's say, is $11.50. 30 jobs times $11.50 is $34,500. Not terrible, right? Not terrible, but it could be a lot better. If you do have a highly converting process, highly converting website, a lot of follow-up, you can double that almost, pretty much double it. So number of leads, you get the same number of leads, but your conversion rate now is 70% because you follow up like crazy. Everybody just has to give you a call or talk to you because you're texting them, emailing them, calling them. Got automated follow-up. Jobs booked are 70 jobs. Then you're at 70% booked jobs out of the 100 leads. Your average ticket's still the same, $11.50. We'll assume that. And now you've produced 70 jobs times $11.50. You're at $80,500 in revenue instead of $34,000. So you can see that's over double the revenue with the same amount of leads. So conversion is very, very, very important. It's something to take very seriously. So how do we optimize for conversion, right? So here's 12 critical elements that you need to enhance conversion on your website and just all of your digital marketing campaigns as a whole. Speak to your target person, your avatar. Like, what are their fears and frustrations? Why should they choose you? Answer those questions on the homepage when they read it, or the about page when they click to find out who you are. Be real, use authentic images of your team on the homepage and throughout the website. Use video and multimedia elements to engage different, personalities and things like that. Website welcome video. Hey, thanks so much for coming to our website. This is XYZ Tree Care. We're so glad you're here. If you want to book an estimate, we're happy to come out, give you a full write-up, written estimate, just anything like that, just showing who you are. Those are really great for converting people. Videos for each one of your services, maybe showing a video of tree removal, your process for cleanup and doing the tree removal, tree pruning, tree planting, or arborist consulting, whatever that is, just show people how you do it on those service pages, and that really helps convert as well. Leverage social proof. So showcase your online reviews prominently on the homepage of your website with a tool like Nice Job, Bird Eye, Review Buzz, something like that, and get the basics in order, right? The phone number, you want it to be highly visible where people can't miss it. Ensure that there's a web form customers can fill out to get a free estimate, get a free consultation, schedule an appointment, however you want to word that. Add credibility with authority symbols like Better Business Bureau, Angie's List, things like that. Ensure you have clear calls to action on each page. Tell them what to do next. Use special offers and coupons that match the service they're in need of. Make sure your website is mobile optimized with an easy click to call function. And you want to leverage live chat. That's pretty big today. That's something that we have seen some pretty good success with. People do want to just kind of quick chat sometimes. Start giving clients the options to book online. Maybe have your calendar integrated with the website. Engage via SMS text marketing and phone via marketing automation. So that'll really help. Is your website set up to convert visitors to callers? So just another example, website, showing the work in action, request a free estimate, call to action, phone number in the top right, area, email if somebody wants to email them, all of those types of things. Just a really good professional looking website. Be real and authentic. So you want to put your team on here, have the picture of the owner, have a picture of the field crew, picture of the general manager, picture of the certified arborist on staff who are going to be coming to your place and taking a look at that stuff. People like to see all of that. It really helps convert. Leverage video. This is a client that had a little commercial with a local news channel, and we were able to embed that video on their website. That's powerful. That's big time proof that you're an up and up reputable tree service company because you're on the news, right? I mean, they wouldn't put somebody with crummy reviews on the news, most likely. And showcase your social reviews. So these are some, reviews that, how they look on the website. Nice little plug in there, kind of just buttering the bread, letting everybody know you're a good tree service company. And get the fundamentals right, make sure you have the logo visible, nice branding, showing the trucks, the crews, request a free estimate, phone numbers really large. Let me move myself out of the way here with the camera. You look nice on mobile where you have like a click to call button, things like shrink and wrap to the size of the screen when you're on a mobile device. All these things are very, very important to getting the most lead flow from your website. So is your website mobile friendly? So there's 4.8 billion people now on mobile phones, and this was probably last year's estimate. I'm sure it's over 5 billion now. 3 out of 5 consumers search for local businesses on their smartphone now. I mean, think about it. People got those things like duct tape to their head, or they're in their pocket all the time, or they're using it while they're watching TV. Most people do their searching and research now on their phone. So you want to make sure everything is mobile responsive and really catering to the mobile user. That's going to help you get more lead flow right there just in itself. So Google reports that 40% of mobile consumers turn to a competitor's site after a bad mobile web experience. So that's the last thing you want, right? Somebody clicking on your website on mobile and it's not mobile responsive fully. So they have to like scroll to the right to see the phone number or scroll to the left to see what the sentence says, or everything's kind of cut off. It's not wrapping to the size of the screen. That's a big no-no. They're going to bounce off. They're like, nah, this is just too tough. I can't even read this. Let me go to the next website. You don't want that to happen. So just to kind of recap there, do you have the phone number in the top right corner of every page? Are you using authentic images, videos, photos of the owner, your trucks, everything like that? Do you have a compelling call to action after every block of text? Are you giving the customers the option to engage in chat or two-way text? Is your website mobile friendly? Click to call button, easily accessible? And is your website fast loading on desktop and mobile? So what are your takeaways? What did you learn? What did you notice? Or what would you like to share? If you have any questions, again, or chats or anything like that, just pop them in the question and answer box. There'll be a couple more of these little breaks along the way. But these are big, guys. The website's huge these days. Everybody's going to end up there, whether they're coming from social media or paid ads. You just want your website to come to life. You want it to be more personable. All right, the next thing is kind of a test that you could do for yourself in your market online. And one of the things you can do is just go to Google and search your business name. Do you come up when you search your business name? If you don't, you probably have an issue with your website or your Google business profile on the maps. So when you do a search for your business, for example, this is a client we have that I just did a search for, you can see they're number one in the search results for their business name search. And their Google business profile is right to the right with all their reviews showcasing. And this client has 668 Google reviews, in large part due to the fact they do great work, but also because they have an automated review process where every time an invoice is paid with Jobber, with QuickBooks, whatever the case may be, a review trigger is triggered and the client gets a text message and an email campaign started that asks them for a review. Hey, would you help us out? Would you give us a review? Really gentle, very professional responses to get a Google review. And so that'll really add up over 2, 3, 4 years. I mean, and you'll be just boat racing the competition and getting tons of reviews where everybody else is just kind of sleeping on that. That helps everything else. So you may be asking yourself too, like, okay, we got the website, we show up and we do a search for ourselves, but what does it matter if I show up for people searching for tree service in my area? Well, here's the results here. Does SEO still matter? Well, what happens is on the first page of Google, people search, you're going to see the paid ads first, and then you're going to have the Google Maps after that. So 65% of the clicks on the first page of Google search and other search engines, they're going to click on these maps, right? And if you're in the top of the maps, just by default, your phone is going to ring off the hook. It just is because you're at the top and you have a ton of reviews. Most of the time, if you're at the top and you have the most reviews in your market, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt and get that call, period. End of story. So you have to work on that. But look at that. 2/3 of all the clicks are going to be on the first page in the maps and the first set of the website results below that. And, so 67% total are going to be the maps and the first two results on the organic right here, right? The other 30% are going to be on the paid ads, 40% on the, so 30, 40% paid ads and about 60% on the maps and the first results in the websites. That's big. You want to be there. You want to be in all four spots. And we're going to show you how that looks here in just one second. So yes, SEO still matters a great deal. You can't just rely on pay-per-click and paid ads alone. You really want a good organic presence as well, because some people prefer to click on the Google Maps because they feel like it's quote unquote more local to them. Oh, this company must be really close because they're showing up on the maps. Some people just prefer that. Other people will click on the ads because it's the first result and they don't really want to think about it any further. They just want to call a couple of companies. So your on-site optimization on your website is going to be crucial for showing up on the very top. There's a lot that goes into it, but these are some of the highlights, some of the strong points. So good content and user experience, multimedia, videos and things like that, pages for each one of your services, pages for each one of the cities and locations that you serve, unique content and geotagged images. And that really, really, really helps on the service area city pages, unique content on every page, keyword in the title and the H1 header. I don't want to get too technical in explaining all of this, but these are just kind of a general overview of what you need on these pages. Meta description that sells the click. So when people see your website in the search result, you want to have a nice little compelling sales message in that little description to make sure they click on your website over the competition. Name, address, phone number in the footer of your website. That kind of tells Google that this website is at this location, helps with your map listing and a few other things. You want to blog and things like that, and focus on page speed for desktop and mobile. So you can see right here, guys, normally with SEO, if your website and Google Maps is at the top of the heap, you're perched at the very top, usually that's going to be 8 times out of 10, that's going to be your lowest cost per lead and the highest quality lead that you can get. And just for example, this is one client's result. So leads via SEO, 89 leads in 1 month. So in a 30-day period, 89 leads. Their total investment for just the SEO portion alone, $1,600. So their average cost per lead was less than $18 per lead. You can't get that on pay-per-click. You can't get that on local service ads. You can't get that on Facebook. Facebook ads maybe, but the quality is not going to be as good. So I just want to show you that, and that's out of, almost 500 searches. And it's broken up between organic calls from their website, 45, 7 website forms, and then 37 Google Maps calls. All those are the organic SEO results. So it's very, very, very important. All right, so we got a question here. Does dumping a bunch of funding into Google Ads make me rank higher in SEO? No, not necessarily. Now, there's been some studies on sending Google Ads paid traffic to your main website. And does that help with SEO? It does help you get more traffic, but Google knows those are coming from paid ads generally. So it may help a little bit, but your website needs way more things. And I need to see a little bit more detail on what or what not would cause it to rank higher. So dumping a bunch of money just into paid ads won't alone make you rank higher. There needs to be other elements. The ones that we discussed in previous slides need to be done really well on your website to begin with in order to rank higher, or up in the highest of the local search results. But paid ads can help a little bit if you run that traffic to your website. Normally, a landing page is better though, because then you can kind of segment your lead flow. These leads came from paid ads, these leads came from organic SEO, and you kind of want to know the difference so you can optimize for both. Examples of unique content on our website. Yeah, that's just basically making sure you're not plagiarizing and copying and pasting content from somebody else's website. That's what unique content just means. It was written uniquely for your website or your business, and you don't want to duplicate or copy and paste any content from the web. Google knows that instantly. As soon as your website's published and crawled, they know instantly if that's duplicate content or unique content. So that just means basically don't copy and paste content. Is kind of what that point was there. So great questions, guys. Thanks for asking those. But this just goes to show you like SEO is very, very important. Here's a live example. This is the same client we just looked at a minute ago with over 660 reviews. You do a search for tree service, their market, tree service city, state. They're number one in the maps. And that's just going to by default get them dozens and dozens and dozens, sometimes 100+ calls per month, depending on the month of the year. And you can just see like they're double the nearest competitor in online reviews. So they've got 668 reviews, and the next competitor's only got 296 reviews. They're both 5-star rated, so that's both very strong. The third competitor's got 114 reviews. That's still pretty good too, but hey, they've still got 6x that third competitor in reviews. So if you work on this consistently and make sure you're getting these consistently, you will boat race your competition in a year or two if you consistently work on those reviews, because most people don't do them as aggressive and get as many of them as they need. So is your site properly optimized? The title tag of each page for SEO purposes, the H1 header of each paragraph has a keyword in it, H2 header of the paragraph with keyword number 2. So think about, tree service is a keyword, tree trimming is a keyword, tree removal is a keyword. Those are things people search on Google to find companies in your market. That's what a keyword means. It's just a search term that somebody types into Google. Are your images geotagged with alt text image? So like you can write an image. When you put an image on the website, you can actually write in the code, the keyword on the code of the image. That really helps a little bit too. Every little thing adds up. And do you have over 1,000 words of content per page with clearly written and calls to action on there? So off-page SEO, these are things you can do off the website to get better SEO results. So off the website, claim and optimize your Google Business Profile listing. Make sure you're on the maps. Get lots of citations across the web. And these are just directories that your business is listed in, right? Name, address, phone number, website. You want them in all these different online directories. Make sure you build up off your website, build up your online reviews, leveraging best-in-class tools like Nice Job, which is the one we've partnered with, Bird Eye, Review Buzz, Customer Lobby, Podium. There's a bunch of them. Build authoritative links back to your website from other websites. This helps. Those are called backlinks. And then, syndicate your content. Are you building links and authority? Once the pages are built and optimized, it's links to the page that determine the placement and how well you're going to rank above the competition. More than 50% of the battle of SEO is just getting links, getting other websites to have a clickable link for the best tree service in Atlanta, Georgia. Click here. And you click on that link and it goes to your website. That's a link back to your website from another website, hence the name backlink. Who has the most backlinks and the best quality backlinks usually wins online. So on the page, you want pages for each service, main cities. You want titles correct, unique content for all the pages. On the Google Business Profile, make sure you claim and optimize it. Maybe add it to one of those Yext services or something like that where you get listed in all those directories, because that really, really helps. Add it to the major data aggregators. Put a system in place for driving online reviews that is automated. I can't stress this enough. Google reviews are going to help you on the maps and the local service ads so much. It's not even measurable. I mean, it's immeasurable. It's way better than people that don't work on that. And add new citations on an ongoing basis. Push new blog posts and case studies of your work out to your website and syndicate those, maybe on social media, places like that. Expertise, authority, and trust multiple links back to the website, Google Business Profile listing and internal pages on the client website, multiple map embeds with your Google Map listing embedded on there, just different things like that to give people those signals. So again, this is all, how do you optimize your website pages for search engine rankings, which we've already been over. This is just kind of another synopsis. So if you have any other questions, pop them in until we get up to the next topic here. Good deal. It's like we got one more question here. It says, his clients are not the best at giving reviews, and I hate asking, what can I do to increase my Google reviews? I have less than 20. My competitors are higher. How do these programs like Birdeye work? Good question. So they automate the reviews typically. These systems like Nice Job or Birdeye or any of the other ones, they typically automate them. So if you're using a software for invoicing, for example, or QuickBooks or Jobber, any of those tools to organize your business, after you send an invoice out, and the customer pays that invoice, and that invoice is marked paid and marked sold, it integrates with your review platform like Jobber, Birdeye, or a Nice Job or Birdeye or whatever, and it triggers a review request to the customer via text message and email. And that will continue to follow up with them until they give you the 5-star review. If you don't automate the process, you're not going to get a ton of reviews. You may. There's a few people out there that do. One of the ways you can do it is you can print these little review postcards, and every time you get done with a review, have the customer scan it with a QR code on their phone and leave you a review right there, right? You can ask them while you're collecting, while you're cleaning up, hey, did we give you 5-star service today? Would you be so kind as to give us a quick review on Google? It really helps us out. And we really need 5-star reviews on there to kind of show people that, we're a good tree service company. Would you mind doing that? Yeah, no problem. And they'll just scan it and they'll leave it right there, right? We have clients that get them on site a lot with these postcards that we deliver out, but automated reviews are going to be typically better because you don't have to put any effort into it. It just happens behind the scenes. So hopefully that answers your question there. Yeah, you can reward clients for giving a review if you want to. You can tell them, give them some sort of incentive to get them to do it. No problem. So what did you guys learn? What did you notice? Anything you want to share? Any more questions you have based on what we've talked about? So what we've talked about up until this point is been the organic showing up on Google search, Google Maps, and things like that. Are you ranking on the Google Maps? This is another example of a client in Palm Beach. You do a search for tree removal Palm Beach. They're number one. They show up right at the very top. They're going to get dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of calls each month because of that. And if you're there, you're just going to get the benefit of the doubt. So do Google Maps matter? Let's look at that. Well, that's 45%, as we mentioned on the previous slide, of all the calls on the first page of Google. So you've got to get on the Google Maps. How do you get on the Google Maps? Automate your review request process. Get tons and tons and tons of reviews. If you get tons of reviews, you're going to be usually in that top 3, which are the ones that show, the most visible in the local market. And then also you want to optimize it, upload photos to it, post on your Google Business Profile 4 times, 5 times, 10 times a month. Just keep active. It's that activity. Then also responding to the reviews is big too. So yes, Google Maps do matter a great deal. Here's a couple of our client snapshots in the Google Business Profile dashboard. This one particular month, you can see right here, 71 phone calls to this Google Map listing. That's 71 direct click to calls on their Google Maps from a mobile device where the client was, hey, this is XYZ Tree Service. How can we help you? Somebody calling to get an estimate or get an appointment. You can see here 54 of these visited the website. So on top of the 71 calls, there was 54 website visitors, which probably turned into another 10 or 20 leads, honestly, because they just, instead of calling, they just visited the website. But usually they're either going to call from there or fill out a form. This particular client here, same thing, 1 month, they had 60 calls and then 66 website visitors. So that's a ton of leads because they're showing up number 1 in the maps, number 2, number 3 in the maps. If you're in the top of the maps, you're going to get a ton of calls. So this is the proven formula for getting ranked in the top 3, right? Get in all of the directories that you can. This is all your Google Business Profile optimizations. On-page SEO, so make sure your website's built out properly. And then start working on those reviews, because when you get reviews coming in from all these different people in your local market, Google knows the physical location all these people are giving you a review from when they're standing there doing their review. then it just sends a lot of really high ranking signals, high value signals to the Google algorithm. And it's going to help your map listing rank and show up in all these different markets. We see it all the time. Typically, if you've got the most reviews, 9 times out of 10, you're going to outrank everybody else. And even if you don't have the most reviews, but you have like somewhere in the middle, you can still rank in the top part of the Google Maps if you have everything else done correctly too. Uploading photos all the time of your work, posting on there frequently, and responding to all your reviews. So a lot of moving parts, but some of these things are a little bit more important than others. So is your company optimized to rank on the maps? Have you claimed and verified your Google business profile? Have you properly optimized your Google business profile? Are you in all the major online directories? Do you have a proactive strategy for getting new reviews every day? Are you posting to Google business profile weekly and responding to the questions people ask? And then also, you need an integrated, automated review request process. So after every invoice is paid, if you're doing digital invoicing with any of your CRMs out there in the tree service space, Jobber, Arbor Gold, Single Ops, whatever it is, if you're automating those review requests after the invoice is paid, you're going to get 10, 20, 30 reviews every month, depending on the volume of jobs you do per month. And that adds up. I mean, after a year, that's 200 or 300 reviews. 2 years, that's 500, 600 reviews. 3 years could be 800, 900 reviews. So you got to be automating this stuff, and it's really going to help you. Um, again, we partnered with Nice Job, very, very good review platform. We set this up with all of our programs, and it really helps outshine everybody else. So next, we're going to move on to paid marketing opportunities. So up until this point, we've been talking about your website. We've been talking about your SEO, your Google Maps, and your organic ranking. Now we're going to pivot to paid marketing, which is also super duper important for your overall internet marketing strategy, right? And so you have, when people do searches, let's say, for example, they do a search for tree removal near me, and they're sitting at their desk or they're on their phone. Well, the first results they're going to see are going to be the Google local service ads. And these are commonly referred to as Google guaranteed with the green check badge. This just means these companies have went through a background check, criminal background check, and they fill out all their insurance information, licensing, if the state requires it. Every state's a little bit different, but typically it's background check, insurance copy, and then sometimes you need some sort of specific arborist license or landscape license in your state. Just depends on the state. But these are powerful. These are pay per call at the very top of the page, right? So people just click that number and call. You're on the horn with them right away. These are huge. So is your foundation strong, right? Search engines, SEO, map listings, pay-per-click, social media, online directories, and paid lead services. And here's kind of a little pyramid of what's the most important right here. So honestly, the website, SEO, Google Maps is so incredibly important. It's huge. So if you can get that going and get that really moving up, and it takes a little bit of time to do that, but it's so worth it. You can't look at SEO and web development and Google Maps reviews and optimizations and all those things as like a short 3 month, 6 month thing. It's got to be thought of for years and years, because if you continue doing these things, you're just going to dominate online eventually, and you're going to just get way more calls coming in than everybody else. Reviews are number two, because that really helps everything else convert better. Really want good online reviews. Social media is really important too, because it shows you're active. It shows you doing jobs in the local community, getting things done, how you work, how you look, what the trucks look like, the crew looks like, paid directories, pay-per-click ads, all that stuff. That's your foundation. Are you taking advantage of all the paid marketing opportunities? This is just kind of a screenshot of some of the different ones you can do. Google local service ads, pay per call, Google ads, pay per click, Nextdoor ads. This is becoming a pretty big platform, Nextdoor. There's over 80 million users on Nextdoor. So it's become pretty big. A lot of people are scrolling there on the weekends and checking out their neighborhood and things like that. So you definitely want to be looking at Nextdoor. You got Facebook ads and Bing and Yahoo ads. So all of those kind of add up to just showing up everywhere. Can Google Ads and pay-per-click really drive ROI? Well, let's take a look at a client snapshot here. So one client got 80 leads in a month. They converted roughly half of those, 40 or a little bit less than half, 40%. So that was 32 book jobs out of 80 leads. Average invoice, $1,200. So 32 jobs times $1,200 is $38,400. So that's an 8.2x ROI. So you just take the revenue that you made from all of those jobs divided by your ad spend, 8.2x ROI. So is getting an 8x or 10x ROI enough for your business? Only you know those calculations, right? So if you're getting an 8 to 10x, you should be very profitable with that. But if not, you may either need to A, increase your prices or look at, decreasing your expenses a little bit. But seasonality will play a role, and the ROI isn't going to be the exact same month to month. Some months you might make 5x, some months 3x, some months 20x, though. You land a big, massive project or several nice middle to large projects. So, it just scatters out. But if you keep going all year, stays consistently, typically quarterly, month to month, it can vary a little bit. But here's why we see is most pay-per-click campaigns fail when people try to run Google Ads themselves or things like that. You're only setting up one ad group for all the services, right? It's just too broad of an ad for the things people are searching for. So people, if people search for tree service or tree trimming or tree pruning or tree removal, land clearing or forestry mulching, you've only got one ad that shows up and that's it. It's just too broad, right? You want an ad that shows up for each type of search. So if somebody types in tree trimming near me, you want an ad that says number one tree trimming service. Call today for a free estimate, because you just answered their question with the search. Somebody types in land clearing service, Chicago, Illinois. Well, you want an ad that says, land clearing company. Call today for a free quote. Let's walk your property, something like that. You just answered their question with a land clearing ad as opposed to just one blanket ad that says tree service, call today, So got to make sure you're kind of mirroring what they're searching. So are you tapping into Google local service ads? We just kind of went over this. This is it. So when you type this search in and you see this result sitting there, this is like right in people's face as soon as they do that search. This is pay per call. These are very powerful. So paid online marketing is, are you running Google local service ads with a maxed out budget? The one thing we always recommend with Google local service ads, depending on how aggressive you want to be and how many calls you want coming in, you might as well max out the budget on that platform, because if you're not getting any calls, you're not going to pay anything. If you are getting calls, you're just paying per call. And then there's a dispute process for leads that are spammy or, not good or out of area. So you may as well be maxing out your budget on that platform. Are you running retargeting ads so that people that don't convert are going to keep seeing you over and over and over again? Are you running Google ads, pay-per-click ads? Are you strategically targeting with specific ad groups, text ads, and landing pages? Do you have conversion tracking in place to track leads back to the ad group and the keywords? You know exactly what is work definitively, like you know exactly what's converting. Do you have a premium ad on Angie's List, Yelp, City Search, Yellow Page, any of those other platforms that you want to increase your lead flow from? Are you buying pay-per-lead services? So this is paid online marketing. So what did you learn? Did you learn anything? Do you got anything you want to maybe take a note down? Or if you have any questions about paid ads, pop it in the chat. Happy to see if I can help answer your question there. Awesome. Hope you're getting something out of this, guys. We'll move on to the next piece. Are you active on social media? Right? This is a client here that posts on social media regularly, and I think we're posting on there as well. We always encourage our clients to post as much as possible. We'll post with a normal once a week, twice a week cadence. Also, we post all 5-star Google reviews with a nice little frame on social media. It looks really nice, a good positive affirmation post. But you can also post videos and project photos. Hey, we're in XYZ city today taking care of 2 oak trees and trimming 5 palm trees. Or, hey, we just cleared this plot of land in XYZ city. Here's some pictures of the job. Let us know if you got any questions or if you want us to come out to your property. And then post 4 or 5 pictures, right? You can do that on social media daily if you want, multiple times a day, multiple times a week. That just shows people that you're working, you're active, gives people ideas. And so they want to call your company. So what social media does also is it gets you more repeat business and more referrals as well. So these are all the different types of social media that you can be doing. There's YouTube, there's, which is kind of a social media. I mean, there's a feed now. You can post on there, videos on there. I'm on YouTube all the time. You got Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. You got all these things you could be doing. But yeah, there's 5 billion users, over 5 billion users on social media. Most people check in 6 to 9 times a day. I mean, and then, so you just want to be active on social media because a lot of people are on there. You want to make sure they see you all the time. The next thing is are you leveraging email marketing, right? Are you doing email marketing? So I can tell you like once a month, sending out a good email newsletter about a recent job you did, a case study, a job description of something you've done, or a service you want to highlight for this time of the year, this season, that season is great for just, the awareness factor with your customer base. So emails are great for that. And you can make them look really professional too, almost like the homepage of your website or something. There's lots of tools you could use to do that. You can do this on your own, or marketing agencies a lot of times will provide this, but there's Constant Contact, MailChimp are kind of the two big ones. And there's other ones too that you can tap into and use. These are kind of the biggest ones. And so you can send an email after every service call requesting a review, right? This kind of goes back to that automated review request process. If you do that, you'll get more reviews because it's just a numbers game, basically. So the more of that you do, the more reviews you're going to get. You can send an email a few days after service asking them to engage on social media, right? Hey, click on our Facebook page here, leave us a review here, or just check us out on Facebook. Like us on Facebook. You can send out a monthly email newsletter to remain top of mind and drive more repeat and referral business to people that, are on your customer database. Really huge. Are you leveraging text marketing, right? Are you sending out text messages with offers to your customers? Some of our clients, most of them are anywhere between 2 to 6,000 contacts, something like that, 3 to 6,000 contacts. We've got lots of customers, lots of clients that have 10,000, 15,000, 18,000 contacts in their database because they've been in business 15, 20, 30 years. And so that's a massive marketing opportunity to get repeat business. So send out text messages and send a text after every form submission on your website. Hey, we're going to be in touch with you shortly. Thanks so much for coming to our website. We look forward to talking to you. Send a text a few days after service asking them to engage on social media. Send a text asking for a 5-star review after they have paid their invoice to build up your reviews. There you go. That's the one we've been talking about there, getting more reviews. You know that texts, they have a 98% open rate. So if you're not comfortable with texting, I would say get comfortable with it because it's very big in today's online world. Now, some people get annoyed. That's okay. All they have to do is press stop to opt out. Boom, they won't get any more text messages. No big deal. But the majority of your existing clients will still get those text messages because they're not going to bother opting out, right? They want to, they can. If not, they'll keep seeing you. Next, are you leveraging direct mail? It's a whole other thing too. So we talked about organic, Google Maps, your website, paid ads, local service ads, Google ads, Nextdoor ads, Facebook ads. Now, and email marketing and text marketing. Now we're talking about direct mail. Are you doing direct mail where your marketing message is showing up in people's mailboxes? So whether they do a search for tree service or not, they're going to see your business over and over again. If you're doing this like quarterly, monthly, whatever the cadence is in your business, they're going to keep seeing you, right? And this is a huge play for branding and long-term business memorability in your local market. So you're going to target your top zip codes. You can even sort by income range, value of the house. There's a lot of different things you can do. You can send out monthly postcards or flyers to remain top of mind and drive more repeat and referral business. Next thing that's offline is, are you leveraging yard signs, right? You can place a yard sign in every single yard you do a job in. And that's going to help you get more and more business as well from neighbors, friends, family, things like that. Do you have a clearly readable phone number and tree service on the sign where people know exactly what you do, right? Just something like this, logo, tree service, call now, phone number, big, right in their face. Here's our services. Do you put them at the neighborhood entrance and exit if it's permitted? Another thing too, guys, during the wintertime, and if you watch my previous webinar we put on in November, it's called the Fall and Winter Marketing Formula. So this is like what you do in the cold months to kind of get a little bit more action going if it gets slower. When you put out yard signs in the wintertime, think about it. People are doing less yard work. So your yard signs are going to stay out for weeks and weeks in a lot of cases, right? If you put it in somebody's yard, they might take it down within a couple of days or a week. But if you put it on street corners and things like that, they're going to stay out for a long time. Now, beware, there could be sign ordinances and sign police, quote unquote, in your area that don't like the signs. So just beware of that in your local market. All right, so we'll move on to the next thing. The biggest marketing issue facing tree service and tree care companies sometimes is unconverted leads. So you're getting enough leads, perhaps. It's one of those things like you may be getting enough calls, getting enough leads booked, but they're not being paid attention to quickly enough. They're not being called or followed up with enough. And that's also a big deal because if you spend a lot of money on marketing and you're getting a lot of calls coming in, getting a lot of leads, but you're not able to call them right away, you're not able to get them on the phone or get them through a text, a conversation to get them booked as an appointment, then they're going to kind of flop off the hook. It's like a fish you're pulling up into the boat, but it flops off the hook. That's bad. That's bad for business. You got to make sure you're doing a lot of follow up. So is lead flow really the problem? You're getting calls from Google local service ads. You're getting calls from Google ads. You're getting next door leads. Your Facebook ads are producing some leads. You're getting leads from Bing ads in different places. But you're just not following up enough, perhaps. This is a problem we see a lot until we put in our program, and our program solves this issue. So 50 to 60% of inbound leads leave unconverted. So if you get a lead and they don't get a quick callback, they don't get answered live, they're going to go down the horn and list of competitors in your market, and they're going to call those tree companies, especially if they got something they want to get done today, tomorrow, or they at least want to get somebody out to talk to them about what they can do. Maybe it's an emergency, maybe it's not, but they still want to talk to somebody. So the more calls you answer live, the more business you're going to do. Because whatever the case may be, when somebody calls you, and let's say you take 10 or 30 minutes to call somebody back, they may have forgotten that they even called you half an hour ago. Hey, I got a call coming in here. I have no idea who this is. It's a local number, but I get 10 spam calls a day. I'm not going to answer it. Click. They don't answer it. But if you call them back within 20 seconds, they're going to remember they just left you a message. Or if you answer it live, or if you hire an answering service to answer it live, they're going to get all the details. So you're not going to have to chase them down. You're going to already have their information. So you've got to make sure you get those people on the phone, answer it live, or have a good text message sequence after they call to get them on the phone or get them in a text conversation. So 70% of web forms fail to convert too. So people are filling out the forms on your website, but maybe they're going to your spam inbox. Or maybe you get the emails, but you only check your emails twice a day, 4 times a day. Well, what happens between those 2 hours you're checking your email? Well, they're going to somebody else's website. So you got to be quick. The quicker the better. Money doesn't sleep. You got to get back with these people quick. Here's why. So leads that are not followed up with within 15 minutes go cold. And I would even say probably 5 minutes. Every minute that goes by decreases your chances to get in touch with that lead. The average customer should be followed up with 5 to 7 times before booking. Today's consumer prefers to interact via text message and phone call or email or both. Here's the solution. So you want to leverage marketing automation to follow up with web forms on your website. So as soon as somebody submits that form, name, address, phone number, email, I'm looking for tree service, somebody give me a call, and they hit submit, they get a text right after they hit that button. Ooh, thanks so much for coming to our website. We're going to call you right away. And then you can start texting them, or you can give them a call. It's perfect. Automate the follow-up so that every prospect is touched 5 times and able to engage via two-way text messaging. That's huge for booking appointments. I mean, it's really simple math. If you get 100 leads and your conversion rate is 30% with no follow-up, then you only book 30 jobs. And those 30 jobs, 30% booking rate, average ticket's $11.50. You're going to produce about $34,000 in revenue on those 30% conversion rate. Now, if you convert 70% or anywhere close to that, even double, even 60%, then you're going to have 70 booked jobs. Average ticket, again, is the same, $11.50, but then you're going to get $80,000 in revenue, over double the revenue just because you're really good at follow-up and converting those leads. So if you're leveraging email marketing and automation, then you're going to be doing a lot better with this. Following up with your leads within 5 minutes. You have conversion campaigns in place that follow up with unconverted leads 5 to 7 times. You have a database with your customer's email address. Are you sending out a monthly email newsletter? So some of those people that came into your website might not have been ready to buy 3 weeks ago, but now they get your email newsletter. Oh, you know what? There's that company again. I'm going to give them a call. Now I'm ready. So you got to keep reminding them of your business, and those email newsletters and text marketing really helps. Are you leveraging email to get online reviews and to draw customers into your social media profiles? Are you leveraging text marketing to get appointments booked and leads followed up with? Next thing is you want to track stuff or have your marketing agency track stuff. do you have the tools in place to track your return on investment? So watch your traffic trends on your website with Google Analytics and things like that. Track your online ranking for important keywords. Consider call tracking phone numbers on the site, on your website, landing pages, different places, so you know the source of those calls, you know where they came from. That's the only way you can optimize all of your marketing and advertising campaigns is if you know where they're coming from. Because if something's working really well, hey, I want to spend more money on that, right? Because I want to get more leads. If it's not working really well, then we either want to drastically reduce it because there's some sort of law of diminishing returns with the budget on that platform, or we just stop it altogether, right? We want to put a CRM or some other tracking tool in place to track lead sources and build amounts, like in Single Ops or Jobber, Arbor Gold, or ArboStar. So those tools will really help with that too. So do you have the tracking in place to gauge your return on investment? Google Analytics, keyword ranking, so you know where you're kind of showing up, call tracking, dashboard showing cost per lead, total spend, and projected return on investment. And then do you have a CRM? Are you using one of the GreenSpace, or any of them honestly will work as long as you use it to track your leads to the source and the revenue? So again, this is going to be the accelerated growth model, and this is what we go over with our clients. And just to kind of reiterate what we went over before, and again, if you got any questions, pop it in the chat, pop it in the question and answer box. Happy to go over that with you. But again, this is basically what you want to do. You want to attract people to your business with online search, paid ads, offline marketing, direct mail, yard signs, things like that. You want your website to convert well. You want to get people coming in through social media. You want to follow up with those people so you can convert them after you attract them. And then you want to maximize those leads. So you want automated tools to make sure you book those appointments and estimates. You want repeat and referral business from the same customers you've already been to before or given an estimate to before. And you want to track everything, make sure you get good results. And again, this is just kind of a different slide of the previous one that we just went through. Drive leads, maximize your conversion, and optimize the results. And that's really what's going to get you the best results. So what automations are most important? Well, that's a good question. So automations, really, I think the best ones are going to be automating the Google review, Facebook review process. So after the jobs are marked sold and complete, you want to make sure they're getting review requests, right? Text messages and emails to those customers that have paid and are happy to solicit to give you a Google review. Because if you do that, it's just a numbers game. If you ask 100 people a month, you're probably going to get 20 reviews. That's huge, though. If you think about it, I mean, that's automated. The other automations you can do are when people fill out a website form, fill out a Google Ads landing page form, fill out an ad on Facebook or whatever. You want to automate the text messaging and email follow-ups to those people. So great question. Those all help you convert more leads to customers, paying customers. Another question is, does any specific social platform have a better result, Facebook versus Instagram? You know what I would do? I would do both. And what you can do is with your Instagram page, you probably know this, but you can connect your Instagram page with Facebook. So all the postings you do on either platform, you'll get double the mileage because it's going to post on both, right? So you're going to post on Instagram, boom, that also posts on your Facebook page. Post on Facebook, boom, that also posts on Instagram. So I would do both. Everybody has their preference as to which one they use. And so I think both of them will be pretty good. And how do I ensure my number doesn't get blocked as spamming because of mass texting clients? Hey, that's a great question in today's world. Well, you want to use tools that basically scrub that list for landlines versus mobile phones first. That's kind of A. You don't want to be texting, landline phones that are going to get bounce backs. That's number one. Number two is make sure you have an opt-out message in the text message so that if they press stop to quit or press opt out or whatever, that your system is smart and it knows to simultaneously opt that person out, because you don't want to be sending messages to people that have already tried to opt out. They're going to report your phone number. And then the other thing is trickle the text messages. Don't do them all at once. If you got 3,000 contacts, make sure you're doing like 500 per day for 6 days, for example, 300 a day for 10 days. Don't do them all at once. You want to stagger those out. So maybe from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., be trickling out whatever the number is if you do the math. If you want to do them for 6 hours a day, maybe do, 50 an hour type thing or something like that. But just trickle them out. That way you're not just doing a blast in like 2 minutes, 3,000 texts are going out. That's a no-no too. Most systems now won't allow you to do that anyway. So great questions. Perfect. So how are you doing? This is actually a snapshot of our marketing checklist. And you can grab a copy of this on our website, treeservicedigital.com. You go to grab your marketing checklist. There's a button on the homepage. You click it and you can just put in your name and email. We'll send it right to you. And it goes over everything that I went over today, honestly, in a quick snapshot, a quick checklist. And we've got over 1,000 downloads of this thing, but you're welcome to get a free copy as well. All we do is send it to you via email, and you click on the link. I think it's a Dropbox link, and you can download this file. And really helpful just to kind of give you a quick snapshot of everything that you need to be doing. So we're getting close to the end now, guys. Thanks so much for hanging in there and going through all of this stuff with me today. It's very important. We have a passion for this stuff. We do it, again, for over 100 tree service companies across the U.S. right now. And we're just always on the pulse of what's working and what's coming up. So if you want help, if you need our help implementing a program like this for your tree service business, because you're looking to grow, you're tired of wasting time, you're tired of kicking rocks, you're tired of trying to figure this out yourself. Maybe you've done Facebook ads, then you tried Nextdoor ads, then you're like, well, we hired somebody for SEO. Then we did direct mail for a couple of months, blah, blah. Like you've done a bunch of piecemeal stuff over the years, and you just want a single program with a single vendor who knows exactly what to do in your local market to get you the most calls and maximize your lead flow to grow your business. That's who we are. That's what we do. So I hope this provided value for you today, and I would be happy to jump on a Zoom call with you. You can always go to our website, treeservicedigital.com, and there's a scheduling button on there. And we'll just go over your business, right? There's no pressure, no sales pressure of any kind. We just go over your business, what you've been up to, what you're wanting to do, your goals, and then we'll kind of show you the programs that we offer that'll help you get there. But what are your action items? Like maybe you saw something today that was like blatantly obvious that you need to be doing. So write those down. Write some actions down. Remember what we saw in the Harvard study. If you write down your goals, those 3% of people who write down their goals and follow their goals achieve those goals. So write them down. So whatever it is that you're missing, maybe it's review automation to get Google reviews. You want to boat race, the 3 other tree companies in your area that you want to outrank. Maybe it's, hey, I need to be doing local service ads. We got good reviews, but we have not tapped into Google local service ads. Let's do that. Maybe your website's just older and outdated. Maybe you need a new, beautiful, modern website that's going to convert. Maybe you need to start doing email marketing. Maybe you got this big, massive database of customers and you've been like, man, how do I get more referrals and repeat business? We just haven't been doing any emails or text marketing to our customer base. That's a gold mine. That's another biggie. So write those down. Those are things that you always can implement and really start doing. So here's what we covered today. So we set clear goals, and targets for the year, realign the KPIs and tracking to achieve outcomes, and we mapped out our plan for accomplishing those goals. You looked at the budget, the channels, important trends, and you're going to set yourself up for massive success in 2025 and beyond. Here's a few of our testimonials. Josh Leathers with Country Trees in Texas. Ray Rueda with Nature's Dream Tree and Landscape in Florida. A couple of video testimonials here, just screenshots of those. And you can also check out all of our testimonials, our video testimonials on our website, treeservicedigital.com/testimonials. And you'll see the button on the website there in the menu. And feel free to go through those, try to get as many of those as we can. But yeah, we're coming to the end here. If you guys want a free online marketing plan review, we'll go through everything with you. Your competition, how you stack up, what you're looking to do, and really just kind of take a deep dive in your business and roll up our sleeves and really make sure you got a clear plan for 2025 to get that going. So let us know. You can call our office at 770-637-3707. Or you can go to treeservicedigital.com. You'll see a few buttons to click on to schedule a strategy session, or you can go to treeservicedigital.com/schedule. It's a page on the website as well. But again, this is all we do. This is what our website looks like. You'll see a button here, schedule a discovery call, and a couple other places on there. Happy to talk to you, go through that with your business. Again, this is all we do all day, every day. Love to talk to you. So let's talk. Again, our phone number, 770-637-3707, or you can go to our website, treeservicedigital.com. And That about wraps it up for the day. But I appreciate you guys joining today. If you're on YouTube after the fact or watching it later or on the podcast, like and subscribe to our channel. We got plenty more episodes coming up, interviews with experts on the podcast, and a lot more good content coming down the pike that I know you're going to enjoy and get value out of. Until next time, hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Hope you guys didn't eat too much for Thanksgiving. If you did, that's fine. I did too. And Christmas is coming up soon, and the new year as well. New Year is right around the corner. So let us know if we can help. All right. You guys have a great day, and we will talk next time.